Hey, how's everybody doing? So, a few other messages that are coming through during this massive energy shifting that we're all having that has to do with lifting up the physical earth, lifting up the consciousness of each individual, and the consciousness of all that surrounds our planet and other planets. So without going into too deep of a thing about that, I like to keep things short so that they can empower you and keep it simple. So my thing is keep it simple, Sandy, so that I can fit it into my daily life without it being overwhelming or too much of a chore where I skip it and next thing you know, I'm out of touch and out of alignment and out of sync with my higher self and the worlds around me that I can see and can't see. So I don't want to be disconnected. You know, it feels better being connected and knowing that I am one God source with the all of everything that I can see and can't see. So during the day, if you can take some time to just simply say, how do I feel in this moment? How do I feel physically? How do I feel mentally? How do I feel emotionally? Okay. And if your number's up there, say 1 through 5, 5 being the worst, and if you're getting up there 3 and above, ask yourself, what can I do in this moment to lower that number? Can I stand here for just a moment and take 3 or 4 really deep inhales and exhales? Can I go for a walk? Can I call a friend and just laugh my tail off? What can I do? Can I go be of service to someone? Did I make extra food today? Could I give it to a neighbor? I mean, what can you do that helps you get into that heart center that lightens the load of density from physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, and spiritual pain? Because it can be very painful for a lot of people that are trying to find out what was taught isn't, and no one quite knows all the information because it's not being printed out, because the platforms are all being censored. And I'm really not going to concern myself with that because God gave me a voice and I have to stand up for what I know, me personally, me, myself, and I, and what is right in that, and be strong in my convictions for that. So I do have to talk in code a little bit sometimes, but it can squelch, you know, it can really press down the spirit that just wants to get out there and scream from the mountaintops. Like, hey, everybody, oh my gosh, look what I just saw and found and felt and figured out. And then you tag on each other, and next thing you know, you've got a lot of people out there that have touched, tagged, see, felt exactly the same way you did, and it branches off in its own life form, right? And if you're living, truly living as a spiritual being, then you know that you can get inundated with basic life information, much less the spiritual information that's coming through. Because sometimes it's like an alien. Oh my God, that is really effed up. I can't even go down that. If I even entertain that idea that I came from an alien and that aliens walk among us and all this, they're going to hand me a straitjacket and say, hey, just put that on, do us a favor. So don't go too far out of your comfort zone until you learn to pick and choose the things that do resonate in a comforting way. Ones that don't stifle your breathing or blow your mind too much. let little things come in and open you up and expand physically, emotionally, mentally, etherically, which is spiritual and all that. And just know that, hey, the one thing I can do today is I want my antenna to God clear. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to keep a smile on my face. I'm going to be grateful for everybody. And if somebody flips me off on the road, I'm going to go, look at that. He actually had a hand and a finger. Okay, well, all right then. They just, thankfully I had 2 eyes to actually witness that. They don't stay in it too long. So when you're in a light, airy mood, many of the things that would normally be agitators won't be so agitating, because you've placed yourself in a center of love, a vibration of love. When your antenna's to God, then all these other things aren't going to matter as much. And if 2020 didn't tell you that everything could be wiped out from underneath you, out of your control, nothing will, right? So one exercise today is stay in your breath and check in. How do I feel in this moment? And see if you can get your numbers below 3. Make it a fun adventure. Keep a little journal on it if you can. Put it in your phone if you do notes. And just see. And then the times when you're not in sync, right? And you tap in, you're like, whoa, I did not tap in since like last night. I need to get back in this habit. Then set a timer on your phone. I put things in my calendar all the time to remember to sit still and to breathe and place myself in a more harmonizing environment and feel from a place of being solid in my body, fully connected in my body, and move from there. Move from there. So I hope that helps. Try to enjoy it. Just remember, the more you send out gratitude and love, the more you actually feed nutrients to the angelic galactic realms. You're feeding the God source consciousness. And the more you feed them, the more they have to give back. So it's a supply and demand thing. So you need to supply yourself, which then supplies them. And then they come back and supply you tenfold and more. Have fun with it. And if you need a coaching session or spiritual work, I do a multitude of Reikis, and I'm happy to do that FaceTime or Zoom. Just email me, which I'll put in the description. So like, subscribe, share, leave me a nice message, and have a fabulous day. Bye.